please say good morning and welcome to 630 KHOW, Dr. Terry Lakin's brother, Dr. Greg Lakin. Dr. Lakin, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm really terrific, and I just have so much respect for your brother. And with your approval, Jerry Corsi, who has done most of the heavy lifting on the story, has agreed to stay as well. So, Jerry, you're still there as well.
I'm right here. Good to see you. Good to say hello to you, Gary. I can't see you, but say hello to you. Good to be with you.
Dr. Lakin, I take it you're also a Greeley guy as well, as your brother was.
I am. That's right.
Speak about yourself, your background, and where we're speaking to you from.
I am in Wichita, Kansas at present. My history, I'm Terry's older brother. I was a city police officer there in Greeley for several years, and then left to go to law school and became a prosecuting attorney where I practiced in Hawaii for several years, and then followed actually my little brother's footsteps and went back to medical school, and currently I'm a family practitioner here in Wichita.
I was going to say, that sounds like a family of, they're not a bunch of lightweights doing what you've done.
We've got a little perseverance in us, that's for sure, yeah.
As people may not know, Colonel Terry Lakin, who's also a physician, is, or I'd maybe say was, an active duty flight surgeon. Mm-hmm. He was in charge, actually, of caring for the Army Chief of Staff, General George Casey's pilots, his air crew. He has been he's been deployed before overseas. He's been in the war zones before. What do you think, and were you with him when he made the decision to call the bluff on the president in terms of his eligibility?
You know, he mulled over this for a long period of time. He's, as you probably have already determined, I mean, he's very principled, and what's right is right, and he really wants to get to the truth. And like many decorated military officers, he's kind of unwavering and unafraid, even if it could be to his own detriment. So, while I wasn't there when he made this specific decision, I'm not surprised that he's taken this kind of stand, and he does it really in a selfless way. I mean, he really loves the Army. He doesn't wish to harm the Army. He's given his life to the Army, but he thought the Army could be. Well, he just wanted to make sure that the orders that he received were lawful, and I think he felt that maybe circumstances chose him also because, many earlier suits trying to compel the validity of Obama and his birth certificate, and have gone. The courts have deemed them not to have standing. But in my brother's case, here he was. He had already been overseas in Afghanistan and many other areas of conflict. But when he was ordered again, and this is a deployment, so it's an order directly from the president. And in fact, the president took credit for it in a speech at West Point for another surge to Afghanistan. He was part of that surge, and so it would be an order that comes directly from Obama himself. And so I think Terry felt that if he doesn't have standing, then no one does in this case.
The decision, did he speak to you before he refused?
He spoke to me when he was mulling over the ramifications of it. I mean, he knows full well that this is not in his best interest, but for the sake of the country, he felt that it was important.
It is career-ending.
I believe it is.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry, do you believe that it's career-ending?
Most likely, although, and I'm very concerned that the court-martial will limit the inquiry to a chain of command only that goes to the Pentagon, and try at the court-martial level. This judge seems to be unwilling to allow Lieutenant Colonel Lakin to raise any issues, Nuremberg defense or of the presidential authority to give the orders because of whether or not he's legitimately commander-in-chief. I don't know if those issues are going to be allowed to be raised at the court-martial. That's my main concern.
Doctor, will they be allowed?
They should be, but it doesn't look that way. It's unfortunate, but the rulings, and this is something that the Army's and the military has never been exposed to, this type of situation before. So, my concern is they'll take the easy way out and rule against, compelling these documents that are so easily obtained, and go ahead and try to lock him away if we just Terry is not a big dancing pony type of guy, so it would be easy if we let it happen. It would be easy for them to just get rid of this whole situation by locking him up and throwing away the key, and yet certainly justice wouldn't be served. Especially when it would be such an easy fix. What people don't realize is during this time, before charges were even pressed on Lieutenant Commander Terry, I wrote letter after letter to a personal letter to Mr. Obama over and over again, just saying, hey, just this is your issue. This is an easy fix if it's in fact legitimate. Just show him or the Army or anybody of authority that you have this birth certificate. Show them that some type of showing that we're born in this country, and it went unanswered. And I sent 3 different letters, very humble letters, from me to him, and I sent copies to Vice President Biden and to Sebelius, who's a Kansas girl, hoping that I would get some type of response, and there was nothing, and this was before charges were pressed. So once again, it could have been an easy fix, and Obama could have stepped up and done the honorable thing, and made this all go away, and really what would have happened is, some type of showing saying, hey, yes, I was born here in the United States, and here's some proof, and my brother would have said, fine, I'm packed, I'm ready to go. With the Army's permission, I'm back to Afghanistan again. Maybe I was naive in thinking that Obama would step up.
Can't.
But, yeah.
He can't. It's 11 after the hour. Terry Lakin's brother, Greg Lakin, he's a physician, also is with us, and Jerry Corsi, kind enough to stay. I mean, the birth certificate aside, Barack Obama refuses to allow public access to so many of his records. And the questions are always, what does he have to hide? This promise of a transparent administration is a lie. Remarkably, we're all paying for the legal fees to keep America from viewing the documents that be readily available from someone elected to the position of president. Barack Obama is not being singled out. There's a demand for disclosure from candidates and presidents long before his election. I'm baffled as to why he feels he's qualified to have such protections when so many before him have readily disclosed such information. Bravo to Terry Lakin for his bravery. I'm going to put everybody on hold. We will come back. 630 KHOW. We are Denver's talk station. Traffic time. Here's Susan.
Obama's a socialist. Then they say he's Muslim. Now they're saying he wasn't even born in this country. And it's got me thinking, okay, the guy might not be qualified to be president, but I guess he is qualified to drive a cab in New York City.
Last night, Conan O'Brien. That's, again, it's sneaking in to the public discourse. Play that one more time. As you know, Conan O'Brien opened his new show on TBS. And listen, this is in the monologue. And listen what he's talking about. Again, we have shown this again and again and again, people taking swipes at the idea. Now, when people thought this was real crazy 18, 19 months ago, when we first started talking about it, but look how far it's moved. This last night, Conan O'Brien.
Sour sauce. That's like 7 forks, not sweet and sour sauce.
First they said Obama's a socialist. Then they say he's Muslim. Now they're saying he wasn't even born in this country. And it's got me thinking, okay, the guy might not be qualified to be president, but I guess he is qualified to drive a cab in New York City.
Interesting. 18 after the hour. Each and every time there's a stand-up joke. Remember when he was doing the interview with Brian Williams? Am I supposed to wear my birth certificate on my forehead? No, simply show it. 49 the high today. Icon Laser going back today when hearing me talk about these guys and how. So everybody remembers this story. Investigative reporters began questioning a lot of missing documents from the life of the president, up to and including the still concealed documents, the bona fides, the footprints, Punahou School, Occidental College, Columbia University, Columbia thesis. And I'm just mentioning